Look at my next third lesson is laws of motion. This laws of motion is proposed by Sir Isaac Newton. Who proposed laws of motion? Sir Isaac Newton. Okay. He has explained the three theories of concepts. That is Newton's first law. Sir Isaac Newton explained the three theories of laws. That is Newton's first law. Second one is Newton's second law. Newton's second law. Next third one is Newton's third law. Newton's third law. Look at once again I am telling here. Laws of motion were proposed by Sir Isaac Newton. He explained the three laws of theories. First one is Newton's first law. Second one is Newton's second law. Third one is Newton's third law. So for each and every laws we have the definition, at the same time we have to prove the activity by practically. Okay now. So now I am going to be explain the Newton's first law. Now what I am going to be explain here? Newton's first law. Newton's first law. Newton's first law in the sense. Look at Nana here. Let us consider any object. Let us consider any object. Before you are not applying any force to this object, the object is at rest position, right? So this duster is at now rest position, yes or no? But initially now I am applying with the help of my free hand. What happens if I apply energy to this object? The object will change its position, right? So it will be explained by the Newton's first law. Once again I am repeating, if the object is at, if we apply any force, to the object, the position of the object will be changes. The position of object will be changes. Position of the object will be changes. This is the first point. Okay now, whenever you are applying any force to the object, ultimately the position of the object will be keep on changing its position from one place to another place. Second point is, if we won't apply any force, if we won't apply any force with the help of your free hand, what happens? The object remains at rest position. If you won't apply any force by your free hand, what happens? Object remains at rest position. Is it clear, everyone? Whenever you are applying any force to the object, ultimately the object has to be change its position. Similarly, if you won't apply any force to the object, it remains at rest position. This is a term explained by Sir Isaac Newton. Now we have to perform one experiment. Okay now? Look at here. Let us consider a glass tumbler. Let us assume that it is a glass tumbler. Okay now? So now place a thick paper on the surface of this tumbler. Let us consider a glass tumbler. Now place a thick paper on the surface of this tumbler. Okay, this is one thick paper. Okay now? Now place a coin. This is coin. This is glass tumbler. This is paper. Okay now? Let us consider a glass tumbler. Now place a thick paper on the surface of this tumbler. Third point is, now try to place a coin on the surface of the paper. Okay. Now drag this paper. Drag ante ee paper meer laagutunnaru. Okay. Now drag this paper with the help of your free hand. What happens to this coin? The coin will fall inside this tumbler. Yes or not? Whenever you are applying some force to this paper, what happens? The position of the paper will be changes and the coin will fall inside the tumbler. This is due to because of gravitational force. Okay. Second case is, case 2 is, similarly you take one more glass tumbler and now try to place a thick paper. Okay, this is glass tumbler. Once again you are taking this thick paper. Now you are placing a coin. Okay, now you are placing one more coin on the surface of this paper. But you are not applying any force. Okay, initially you are not applying The coin remains at rest position. The coin remains at rest position, and then it will not be falls inside the glass tumbler because initially we are not applying any force. So the coin remains at stable state. Is it clear? First one, this position of the coin will be keep on changing as we apply some force. But here in the second case, it remains at rest position because we are not applying any kind of force to the object. Okay, now this is said to be what? Newton's first law of motion. Now go for Newton's second law. Newton's second law. Newton's second law. Newton's second law explains that momentum is directly proportional to product of mass and velocity. How we can define this Newton's second law? Momentum is directly proportionality symbol. It is directly proportionality symbol. Directly proportionality to directly proportional to mass into velocity. Okay, and second point is momentum is denoted with the symbol P. Momentum is denoted with the symbol P. Okay, next formula, momentum P is equals to m into v. Momentum P is equals to m into v. Here m means mass, v means velocity, right? Here mass means what? Weight only, right? Weight is equals to, once again the formula we have is equals to mg. Okay, now here m means mass, whereas v means velocity, p means momentum. This is what is the explanation of Newton's second law. Momentum is always directly proportional to, that means it keep on depending upon the mass and velocity. If the velocity will be changes, mass also will be changes. If it is decreases, the velocity is also going to be decreasing its own speed. Next one is Newton's third law. Newton's third law. Newton's third law explains that for every action, there must be, for every action there must be equal and opposite reaction. There must be equal and opposite reaction. For every action there must be equal and opposite reaction. The formula for Newton's third law is F12 is equals to minus F21. F12 is equals to minus F21. Okay, now that means collision before collision, it is after collision. Okay, now this is initial state. After applying some amount of energy, what happens to the object? It will be keep on changing its positions also with negative feedback. Okay, now I am taking the experiment. Look at here. Let us consider a balloon. Now try to blow this balloon. What happens as you blow it? Now try to tie up with a small thread. Let us consider a balloon. Try to blow this balloon. Next, third point is, now at the edge of this balloon, try to tie up with the help of small thread. Okay. Next point. Now bring a matchstick. Now bring a matchstick. Near the mouth of this balloon. Near the mouth of this balloon. What happens to this balloon? The balloon will be bulges out. The balloon will be bulges out. Yes or not? Finally, what we are going to be observed here, the size of the balloon will be decreases to smaller size. The size of the balloon will be decreases to smaller size. That means here, what is the reaction here? Whenever we are applying some amount of energy initially with the help of this matchstick, ultimately its original state is going to be disappear and the new state is going to be obtained in this Newton's third law of motion. That means for every action, there must be equal and opposite reaction. Here we are applying some amount of energy in the presence of what matchstick. So ultimately the balloon is going to be bulges out and some amount of energy also will be lost. Yes or not? Whenever you are placing this matchstick, what happens? It will be making with a pop sound. Okay. And the size is also going to be decreases here. For every action there must be equal and opposite reaction.